Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're leaving Quartzsite. We're going to go on a fun little day trip ride today. Going to go about 20 miles over along the Colorado River and then head north a little bit. This north of Blythe, California, right on the river. Okay, gonna jump on I-10 here. This is the famous exit 17. I'm gonna truck west. Want to make a quick stop up here at exit 5, Tom Wells Road. I had a question about this area, so we're going to check it real quick. Popular area where you can camp 14 days plus ATV. And you're only 5 miles from the river up here. Alright, that's a big old truck stop right there, gas station, truck stop. Right over here is Tom Wells camp area. Cool and breezy in the desert right now. Typical November weather. Storm fronts move through. You don't get much of cloud or rain or anything, but you do get the winds. Bunch of fire danger going on in the mountains over in California. Okay, here's the start of it. There is a massive natural gas pipeline that's run through here for years. The dirt road, you can actually go over those little mountains we just drove through all the way over to Quartzsite. Very, very popular for ATV. And there's the pipeline road. Goes a long, long ways. So if you want an ATV camp, this is the area to do it. Let me park. We'll check it out for a minute. I used to come over here all the time, especially in January when the cell phone reception in Quartzsite would drop to nothing. Over here you're picking up off the towers right off Blythe in California. Really good cell reception, beautiful sunset views here. It's a nice area. The down would be the noise from the freeway, I-10 there. You get quite a bit of traffic noise, but you kind of get used to it. But it's definitely a cool place. Different. You know, when Quartzsite gets so busy, you don't want all that. Here you go. So I hope that answers the question. I've had a couple of them about this area. Now I've seen people camping on the other side of the truck stop over there too. There's a big wash you can drive down through. You can also off-road, clear down to the river. Takes you right down into Ehrenberg. Ehrenberg is straight off. We're only 5 miles from the Colorado River from here. There you can see the pipeline road pretty good. And a few happy campers out here right now. Away we go. Gonna cross over the river up here into Blythe. There's exit 1. That'll take you right into the little town of Ehrenberg. Little river town right here in Arizona. Off the left, big truck stop. Now there's all kinds of camp areas along the river. We'll do that in another video. Plus, River Sands RV Resort. Gonna go see my buddy Lou there probably next week. So again, check in over there. Also in a couple days I'm heading all the way over to Palm Springs. If the weather holds up, not too much wind. Gonna do an overnight trip over there too. Okay, here's your mighty Colorado River. Get ready. We're gonna cross it. We should be seeing, there's the state line. We're out of Arizona. Have to go through, they call it their inspection station up here. No one at the booth. Normally they just wave you through. They ask if you have fruits, vegetables, that kind of stuff. Okay, we're just going up here a couple miles. We're going to exit off on US Highway 95. We're going to go up and see the Blythe Intaglios ancient desert artwork. And here's our exit coming up here. Then we're going to truck north. Alright, like the sign says, Vidal Junction, all that's about 40 miles up the road. We are on the west side of the Colorado River. Agriculture everywhere out here. They have big canals that feed off the river. Matter of fact, there's a diversion dam. Maybe we can stop and see that too while we're up this way. But the Blythe Intaglios, I haven't been over here in years. Really been wanting to get back here. Looks like a picture perfect day for it. Farm after farm out here. It's huge for growing. The Blythe Intaglios are about, we're looking for a mile marker. I think it's 15. Been a while. We're a couple miles off the river right now, but we'll get a lot closer. But they are just something to see. It's a wonder of the world, these things. Most people don't even know about them. Or even come out here. Now this road right here, if you make a right, there's a county park, RV park, and a couple places, a couple miles down that road there off to the right, and you can camp right on the river. Once again, this is the California side of the Colorado River. If you went all the way up, it'd take you clear up to Needles and beyond, all the way up to Vegas. Alright, not too much farther. Getting up here a little ways. Keep my eyes out. These are easy to miss, the turn off for it. The Colorado River used to flood miles wide before they created all the dams, so you see a lot of old sand dunes, a lot of washes that are super deep, all the water coming off the mountains, so it's pretty darn cool. To me, it's beautiful out here. The desert scenery, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, oh no, there it is. Oh, I gotta turn around. I was going too fast. I had cars right on my bumper. Oh man. This is a busy road. It's fast paced. US Highway 95. Alright. Right there where that highway patrol's sitting. There's the marker for it. Now we got it. Welcome to the Blythe Intaglios. Wait till you see these things. They are absolute world wonder. Little rough getting in here. They usually run a grader. It's all day use. You can't camp here, but they are highly protected, which they should be. Here's their sign. I'll stop, get a closer picture of it for you. Yeah, it's been, oh goodness, years since I've been out here. Some of the largest ones they've ever found. Giant figures. There's a big debate how old they are. Thousands of years. Power lines run right through here. We're real close to the river. So, well, let's go on in. You'll see them. When you watch some of those History Channel shows, they'll show them down in Peru and all over the place. They are massive in size. On Netflix, I've been watching a documentary called Ancient Apocalypse, in which the guy's really been documenting a bunch of them. I think these are even in there, that TV series. Well, not too bad, a little rough. I've been in here where it's really been rutted out. Probably because there hasn't been much rain. Look at the mountains back here, isn't that cool? Alright, go up here to the first little area. They got parking areas and then paths you can walk out to them. A lot of people stop here right off I-10. You're not that far, maybe 15-20 minutes off I-10 north. Alright, what do you say? You want to check them out? Heck yeah. They were discovered back in the 1930s from the air pilots, the airmail pilots. Flying low, seen them. That's where they were discovered. They claim quite a few have been destroyed. All this area was a massive military training area. Thousands of square miles. Back during World War II. Alright, let's walk on back. Here they are. Here's one of them. It's like 200 feet long and I forget how wide. And no vegetation grows on them. I mean, it's just weird. They claim thousands of years old. Now, the question is, when they created these, the only good way to see them is from the air. You know, so how'd they do that? There's not even any snake holes or anything in here. Very, very little, if any, vegetation. Like all around there's desert scrub. Like right there's a little bit on the surface, but there's nothing, no big bushes or nothing growing in them. But one's a woman, the other one's a man. There's another one up the trail a little bit. We'll go up and see that one too. Then they got their little plaques here. Kind of hard to read, but it shows the size of it. But this thing has been on all kinds of TV shows, history channels, in the history books. Ancient desert artwork. But wait, there's more. This other fenced off area. Okay, this one I believe is like a animal. I mean, it's debatable what it is. Maybe a sheep, bighorn sheep or something. And then there's a snake emblem in here. Serpent, I guess. Once again, almost no vegetation. The only thing you see is like right on the surface, but nothing really growing in them. No snake holes, nothing. For thousands of years. There's the snake all curled up. Absolutely incredible. There you can see the images. Because I filmed others. There's some in Quartzsite. There's also some over near Bouse, the Bouse fisherman ones. And there's a set of them up near Needles in the desert right on the river. But they've claimed hundreds of them been destroyed over the centuries. There you can see the size of them, how they're just laid out. They're also in an elevated area where all the water from the mountains washes around them. So whoever put these in, created them, they knew what they were doing. But isn't that something? Then look at the terrain around here. I mean, right there's your Colorado River. So the river must have had something to do with where they placed these. Because if you read some of the literature on these, they date them back over 10,000 years. Which that's beyond, you know, what you could even comprehend, I guess. But some claim 1,000 years, and they just don't know. That's Arizona, straight across the river there. Then you got the big mountains here. Well, we'll drive up and check the other one up here before we head out. I just looked on the phone, and we're gonna explore a little bit more today on the other side of Blythe. I forgot about it. There's a LTVA, long-term visitor area, that's connected with all the Quartzsite LTVAs. If you buy a permit for camping in Quartzsite, you can also camp up here. It's on the other side. It's a few miles from here. So I thought we'd run out there. There's also a old original ghost town called Midland. So the weather's kind of cooperating. Why not? Let's have a little bit of an adventure today. It's still mid-morning, not even 10 o'clock yet. Actually, with the time change, it's an hour earlier here across the river from Arizona. Arizona does not change time. They don't have daylight savings or anything like that. It all stays the same, which is nice. I always like that. Here it is. You can keep going out, not in the van. You almost need four-wheel drive to go farther, but you can go way out, way up in the mountains there. Off-roading is huge here. And that's about the same board that was down at the other one. You can even see them off Google Maps. If you Google Map this area and go to the satellite view, you can see them. Later this winter, maybe in January, I'll run up and do the Bouse ones. Here it is. I think this is the biggest one. It's huge. But it's up on this little flat plateau. So all the water for all the thousands of years have gone around it. But these things have survived. Oh my goodness. Everything. When all this was a training ground. Matter of fact, when we go over to Palm Springs next week, I'm going to stop at the Patton Museum. And it shows the amount of area they used here for World War II training. It's thousands of square miles. It goes all the way from the ocean of LA, clear over to Bouse, down to Yuma, way up by Vegas. I mean, it's huge what they did back then. One lonely bush growing there. A little breezy, but what a perfect day. About 72, 3 degrees. And that's what it looks like. Huge. Alright, head back towards the van. But I'm glad I came out here today. a sign I missed. I drove right past. It's easy to miss here. Always remember mile marker 15. Matter of fact, they just put a new sign on the road. This used to be empty. Let's see what it says. Busy, busy highway. Giant desert figures. 1932 pilot George Palmer spotted these. Said there's 6 giant ones etched in the ground along the Colorado River, called Intaglios. There you go. Alright, well, let's go down here and find that diversion dam before we head back into Blythe. And then once we get to Blythe, we're going to cut through town and go out and find that LTVA out by Midland. Matter of fact, it's called Midland LTVA, long-term visitor area. Almost drove past this thing. Okay, we're making it. Wow, big tour bus up here. Now there's a fishing area. I've known guys that come up here and fish. There's a parking area, I believe, off to the right. I've driven back in here a long time ago. I used to travel US Highway 95 quite often. It's a good RV route if you want to bypass Parker, Lake Havasu, and if you're trucking north, it takes you all the way up to Needles and straight into Vegas on this side of the river. Right there's that parking area. We'll drive down in there on our way out. But this is a diversion dam. They divert a bunch of this water for all the big agriculture fields, which feeds all around Blythe in the Palo Verde, I think they call it Palo Verde Valley, something like that. There's the mighty Colorado. Yes, Palo Verde Irrigation District. And I guess the fishing here is really, really good. And that's where they're diverting the water. Flows all the way down to Mexico. This house here is private property, probably the workers for the dam. Imagine the amount of water they divert, because that is huge. That feeds a lot of farms. Okay, here's that little pull down area. I kind of remember this. You can't camp here. They got no camping signs. But you can park here, and this is where they go fishing. Pretty big group of folks there off that bus. Interesting. But we're on the RVerTV tour. What do you say? Let's go find that old ghost town and stuff. There you can see how they divert the water. The main flow continues on down. And there's the main irrigation canal. Which goes out there a lot of miles. Way off that direction is Blythe. Isn't the desert beautiful out here though? Mother Nature artwork. Welcome to Blythe, California, right on the Colorado. Cut right through downtown here. Old farming town. They also have big prisons which support the town. They're over on the west side off I-10. But this sleepy town, it's been around forever. It's kind of isolated. This Blythe and also Needles, they are all on their own. They are a long ways from the rest of California. A lot of people from Quartzsite come over here. You're only 20 miles from Quartzsite. They got Albertsons, Social Security offices here, which is huge. They got big drugstores, Rite Aid and all that. So if they don't go up to Parker, they usually come over here to Blythe to shop. Just don't buy your fuel here. It is pricey. But a lot of people, there's that Smart and Final, you got Albertsons, drugstores, Social Security office. And clear out the other end of town here, there's a big lumber yard. Ford dealer, so you can get your car serviced. Once again, though, this town is pretty much isolated from the rest of the state. Hot here in the summer. It's where it gets in the 110s and 20s, just like Quartzsite. Alright, we're going to cut up here and we're going to go out Midland Road. Yeah, I totally forgot about this LTVA out here until I checked the phone earlier. So I was looking to see what else we could explore. A lot of motels and hotels here. During January, during the big tent show, a lot of the vendors stay over here. because there's nothing around Quartzsite for hotels. So if you're traveling in a car, want to see Quartzsite in January, chances are you'll be staying here in this town. Okay, I believe should be right up here. We'll be making a right. It's quite a ways out to Midland, a few miles. Yep, here it is. I've been in that coffee shop. They got pretty decent food. Here we go. Few clouds rolling in, huh? Still a pretty day, even with the breezes. Right back into farmland here. Actually, I bet there would have been a road I could have cut across from 95, but that's okay. We went through town anyway. Seen a little bit of downtown Blythe. Big trees, huh? They got water here. Flat as a pancake, too. Alright, a few miles, we ought to be out to the LTVA. Big hay farm there. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you can sign up for my free newsletter, putting one out twice a month now. We have articles on past and present and future videos like blogs and all kinds of information, downloadable puzzles, screensavers, all kinds of cool stuff. It's all free. Plus, got a merch shop. Got the Armchair Traveler Series coffee mugs and also shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, all that stuff coming out now too. They make great gifts for the holidays coming up, all that. Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. Here it is, made it. Now you can actually camp here for up to 6 months on the same permit you buy in Quartzsite. It's good here. This is called Midland LTVA Long-Term Visitor Area. You can look it up on the maps. There's the sign. Off-roading is massive here. There's hundreds of miles that you can go back up, clear up to the mountains. But just flat desert as far as you can see. Once again though, you're in California here. Also, besides Quartzsite, down in Yuma, there's Pilot Knob, I believe. Another LTVA. Imperial Dams down there is another LTVA that you can camp with the same permit. So you can move around. You're not stuck in Quartzsite. Let's see, I see a kiosk. over here. We'll pull in. See a few rigs. But I've known people through the years that love coming over here because of all the off-roading. You got to remember too, off-roading in California is different. They got different rules. Make sure your vehicle's licensed properly and all that here. It's different than Arizona. Same way in Nevada. Nevada's kind of similar to Arizona though. Usually they'll honor their off-road tags. But make sure you check with the DMV. Alright, let's check her out. Kind of waiting for Clint Eastwood or someone to come riding across on a horse here. This is hardcore desert. We're way out in the middle of nothing here. It's kind of neat though. Tortoises, gotta watch out for them. Desert turtles. I've seen a few through the years. What do you say? Let's go find that old ghost town. Way out at the end of Midland Road here. It's probably a good 15 miles out there. Now you can see the trails. All these LTVAs, they're pretty well marked, their boundary lines. But you can go clear back into those mountains. And once again, imagine this was all a military training area back during World War II. Thousands of square miles. I can't wait to get back to that George Patton Museum. That's at Chirocco Summit, right off I-10. We'll do that next week. You'll be seeing that. Pretty interesting though, the whole area out here. But talk about being out in the middle of nowhere. This is it. Welcome to nowhere. Alright, we're out here. Yeah, that's quite a few miles. There's a road. It's been years since I've been here. Here it is coming up to the right. That'll cut you straight across the desert over to Rice, which is another U.S. highway. No way I could do it in a van, but you could easily do it in a Jeep or something. But straight ahead, this is an old abandoned town, ghost town called Midland. They had railroad tracks out here. They mined gypsum, I believe. There's some of the ruins of the old town. We'll drive through some of it. End of the pavement. They kept it paved. That's pretty cool. This was once a bustling community full of life. I know some people camp out here. Looks like a couple old abandoned trailers. Well, they had an honorary mayor here. Kids went to school here. That sign says, warning, probably because all the mining that went on. Dangerous place. Yeah, gypsum, that was huge. Railroad came out here, everything. Alright, well, I'll get out, we'll walk around a little bit. There's some old cars. What's left of them? Concrete slabs. Old trailers over there. We'll drive over. Yeah, those old trucks. What's left of them? Got bullet holes in them. This must have been where they loaded the rail cars. Huge amounts of concrete still left. You always wonder when they abandon a place like this, who's the last one to leave? A lot of lives lived here. Harsh place to live though, my goodness. In the winter it's not bad, it's perfect. But the summer heat, woof. Maybe a store was here or office building. Who knows? More rubble. Isn't that cool, the swirls of color in the mountains? Very, very unique here in the desert. So you could probably boondock out here. I don't know who would kick you out. If it's private land or whatever, I doubt it. Just abandoned. This is probably a street at one time right here. Well, let's drive over by those old trailers and then we'll make our way out of here. Definitely a neat place. You could easily four-wheel, go way out up in those mountains there. A few more clouds rolling in on me. I don't think it'll rain. Ooh, I see a sign says museum. Little blue trailer. Oh, here you go. I don't remember this. Always open. Oh, we gotta check it, huh? Let's go in. Little picnic table, everything here. All the pictures of what it was here. Wow. People dancing, workers. My goodness. Wonder what year. That letter there, it's dated in the 60s. There's pictures of the mine. I'll be darned. So back in the 50s and 60s, I'd guess. Kids at the playground. There's some of the buildings. We just probably walked over the slab. All the lives that lived here. Must have been part of the mining. There you go. United States Gypsum. That was the company here. All the school kids, they probably bust them into Blythe to go to school. Pretty good bus ride from here. We're a good 20 miles out of town. All their little faces. It's when people actually sat down and ate together. There's the train coming to the Midland station. And it's all gone now. They are saving history in here. Good for them. Old drafting table. Another picture of the mine where they process their ore. Good for them. Always open. This is free to come into. Aerial shot of what it was here. Be interesting to talk to someone that grew up here. 2007 Midland reunion. More about the mining. And there's the housing. We had to walk over some of those slabs out there. Very, very well done. Thank you for whoever created this and is saving it. I'll get a better picture of this sign here. Midland Museum, always open. Definitely stop if you're out here exploring. They look abandoned. Horseshoe pit there. I bet there's people that come out and camp in groups during the winter. Old wagon. All the tires are flat on it. Well, who knows? I don't know if I'd camp out here, but definitely worth exploring. There's another sign I drove past off that dirt road that goes over to Rice, California. We'll go check that before we head back out of here. Here it is. So this road here will cut you straight across the desert all the way over to highway, I believe it's, 62. Which highway 62 will take you, look at that, we're 20 miles out from Blythe. 62 will take you over to 29 Palms and all that over into Southern California. There's a map of the area. It shows the road. Colorado River. Winds are picking up. There's a California rule. Vehicle must be street legal. Have muffler. All that for off-roading around here. Routes to explore. Rice Valley, Dunes Road. See, there are just mile after mile of places you can really get out there. That's where, if you stay down there at the LTVA, you can really get out here and explore. But pretty cool day trip from Quartzsite. It's not that far. a little slow when you come out here this far in the middle of the desert, but miles wise we're not that far at all. Right back in Blythe. Gonna head back to Arizona. Yeah, in a few days we're gonna truck over to Palm Springs. I was invited by the CRR Properties. Go check out Coachella Lakes RV Resort. Gonna truck over there. Along the way, I'll stop at that Patton Museum. You can really see what this area was here. This place is so packed full of history, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible, and they are saving history. Okay, back to Arizona. Journey continues. Talk soon.